always seems the Mavs are able to compete for its closing with some of their stars aging, namely Dirk Nowitzki.
Is the centerpiece of that franchise, has been for the Rondo trade last year, trying for a big finals run, but eventually they'll start to have to build for the future.
And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Freak in at point guard. Len out there with John Lewis. Then there's Brandon Knight, and it's Booker in at the 3 spot. Here's a chance now to see the league leaders in three-point field goal percentage. Freak is second.
What a percentage that is for him from three-point range this season. His deep touch is about as good as you're going to see.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Booker. Knight kicks to Len. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Len's got his first bucket of the night.
And when you look at the Mavs, they have always built through free agency, still tinkered with the roster this season to get into a position to compete. Not having any lottery picks for so long has hampered their youth and development.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Suns?
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
Now here's Matthews. Turned in an outstanding game against Brooklyn. 6 to shoot. Williams gets the bucket.
Well, you know, with the Mavs making the playoffs so consistently, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Cuts both ways. They rarely have draft picks that help take the team to the next level, but they are in the playoffs, which is what every team wants to be part of.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Suns leading by 5. Right side, Knight, and a wide open look for Freak. No good on the 3. Dallas has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Correa with it, and it's Knight picking him up. Now here's Barea. T right on him. The pass to Powell. Shoots from 14. They get it again. Pachulia kicks to Williams. Now Barea. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Outside Matthews. They shoot again, and Matthews has got 10.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Pass to Freak. Dishes at the land. Over in the corner. Lure. Passes it to Knight. Now here's Freak. Guarded by Barea. And there's Knight. That's good on the assist by Freak. And the Suns lead by 6.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Poked away. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. That one goes. Count it. Freak's got his second basket.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
1:11 left to play here in the first. They set the pick. Barea with it. Out defended by Freak. Barea kicks to Powell. Clock at 6. Matthews left side. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Looking at the Mavericks over the last 10 games, Kevin, this is how they compare to the rest of the league. 5th in steals, 5th in free throw percentage. And they're a top 10 team in three-point shooting.
And that ranking in the steals category, airtight perimeter defense, is one of the things that makes this team go. Their aggressiveness, for me, sets them apart.
For the Phoenix Suns, they come into this one following a loss to New York.
That was a difficult one for them to drop. A close game throughout, and an opponent that they're going to beat more often than not.
Well, it was self-inflicted, plain and simple. I mean, they just didn't play up to their ability, and it's cost them.
Freak kicks to left, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Matthews into the lane, kicks it to Pachulia. Outside Matthews. Another three for Dallas.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
Here's Freak. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Suns ahead. They lead by 7. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Transitioning from college to the pros can be a challenge for many players. Here's what Freak had to say about adjusting his game to the NBA. Good points, Clark. What role do coaches play in helping young players like that adjust to the long NBA schedule? And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Well, it was the Dallas Mavericks winning their last game against the Brooklyn Nets.
And I love the way they just came right out at them in that game, determined to attack the rim.
And when that strategy, Greg, didn't lead to layups, they usually wound up at the foul line. And I thought they shot an excellent percentage when they did get to the line.
On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Freak, he's in at the point. John Lure's out there with Len. Then it's P.J. Tucker. And it's Knight in at the two-guard spot. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Knicks delivered in a big way. He ended with 11 points and played some lockdown defense as well, causing havoc on both ends of the floor. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
All right, Doris, thanks. That really was a spectacular game for him, even by his standards, guys.
And how about the high standards he has for himself? Really did have it all working for him in that game.
Anxious to see what's in his mind for an encore today. I mean, it'd be all last game.
And guys, Brandon Knight really fits the mold of the new breed of NBA combo guard. He has the length and quickness to guard ones and twos, and his skill set allows him to generate offense both in transition as well as the half court.
And Williams, here we go. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
Outside Matthews. Sinks the three-pointer. Matthews has got 16.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Freak with it. He's against Williams. And Tucker kicks to left. Knight on the wing. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. They get it back. Pass to Freak. Feeds to Knight. Tries again. It's rebounded by Dallas. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
They've just got to be more careful tonight. It's that simple. I mean, those guys are too valuable. They need them on the floor.
There's the pass to Tucker. Now here's Freak. Tight defense on him. The dish to Len. Phoenix no good that time either. Mavericks leading by 4. And here is Williams. 7 points in the game. Sweet little floater. Williams has got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
Moment here now for an injury report.
Not what we wanted to hear, guys. It sounds like it's a very serious injury. The schedule becomes a real grind at this time of the year, and that injury is only going to make things harder on this team. Guys?
All right, Doris. We will, of course, keep everyone updated as we find out more.
And you know what? He could have a long road ahead in terms of getting back on the court. But one thing we all know, he's never been shy of hard work.
No, he's not. I mean, he'll be doing everything he can to make it back as soon as possible.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
You've got to like the consistency with which they're hitting that mid-range jumper.
They've also gotten into a nice rhythm from the three-point line early on tonight.
And Lure drops them both.
Boy, they're really battling, guys. Not sitting back, being aggressive, attacking when they have the chance. I like that.
Man, I like their approach to the game right now. There's tremendous aggression on both ends, putting the onus on the officials.
And Zaza Pachulia, for my money, has been one of the toughest players in the league. He's got a boxer's mentality. Even his face looks a little bit like a boxer's. He doesn't have the quick twitch muscles of some guys, but his power and effort consistently stand out.
Talking about Zaza's toughness, it's one of the reasons he has such a high rebounds per minute average over his career. And defending on the blocks, he's almost unmovable.
He really, you know what, Coach Kidd loves Zaza. Even started him over John Henson by the end of the season. I mean, he's always willing to trade body blows down low and certainly wins his fair share of those battles. And, you know, one thing about Darren Williams, he used to get to the charity stripe at will. At the height of his career, he's averaging almost 6 free throws a game. The last couple seasons, he's been down around. Three. Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And Felton now, top of the key. Good. The nice assist for Williams. 9 points for Raymond Felton. And Clark, for Darren Williams, it clearly has the handle and the strength to get to the basket, but no longer the explosion that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, you know, he's had some ankle injuries, and that certainly is a part of that. And he's also in his 30s now, so largely a perimeter jump shooter, but still can impact the game with his deep shooting and playmaking.
Free throw good. Freak. So it's the Mavericks now. 3-point lead. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
And, Kevin, who's to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Mavericks lead by 5. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Brandon, tell us a bit about your opinion on the team right now in general and what's important for the team to do in the second half.
I think we're doing all right, but we always want to improve. We always want to get better, and we just want to apply the principles that we applied throughout the week. So I think we did a good job, you know, early on. Then we started to get fatigue and get a little bit tired. So I think we got to continue to play through adversity.
Sticking to your principles is usually a good thing, Brandon. Thank you so much.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay attention to a couple of things. To start with, we were sharp from long range offensively, both in terms of decision-making and execution. But still, I don't want to become dependent on the three-point shot. If it's there, fine, but let's not force it. I'll give you a compliment, though. The ball movement's been excellent. Love how many buckets we're getting off assists. The pace of the game, just to bring that up real quick, isn't a huge concern.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back. He's checked in for Dallas. Williams comes in for Raymond Felton. Dallas leading by 7. They've got Nowitzki. Tyron Williams out there with J.J. Barea. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Powell in at the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Williams with a clean look. Rebounded by Tucker.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
Here's Freak. Phoenix, no good that time either. Dallas has gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Barea with it, and it's Knight picking him up. Here's Williams. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Barea's got assist number 5 here tonight.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've got the ball in the paint, good things have happened. And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Outside Williams. Down low. Stolen by Len. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And sometimes it feels like Brandon Knight is the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA. The poor guy just doesn't get much respect.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Through the end of last season, he'd already been on 3 teams in 5 years. On one hand, it may be disrespectful, but teams recognize his ability, too.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Matthews is checked in. Here's Barea. The dish to Nowitzki. Lets it go from 11. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Nowitzki's got 25 points.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Booker, he's checked in for the Suns. Now here's Freak, guarded by Barea. Knight wide open. It's rebounded by Dallas. Powell's got 3 rebounds now in this one. The emphatic rejection. And they're able to recover. And play stops as it looks like they call it over the back here.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
Right wing. Here's Booker. And the Suns miss again.
Nice little lead they're enjoying here, and they deserve it with all the work they put in on the glass.
Yeah, the effort and the aggression really favors them thus far. They've completely dominated the backboard. Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Wes Matthews, a hard-nosed player on the wing. Strong frame, and he really does put it to good use at both ends.
Again, the miss by Knight.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Land against Nowitzki, and it's good off the back rim and in. Nowitzki's got the lead up to 9 now for Dallas. Speaking of Matthews' strength, he really gets into you defensively.
Yeah, he wants to make you feel him. I mean, very physical. And offensively, he likes to post up and back down weaker, smaller defenders. I mean, you give him that mismatch, he will attack it with vigor.
And here on the 2K leaderboard are the teams with the quickest hands in the league. The Mavericks, number 1.
You know, this year they've been the number 1 team in terms of steals. They put an awful lot of pressure on the ball handler, and they also, as a team, do a good job of jamming the passing lanes. Textbook defense is what they play.
Mirza Teletovic is checked in for Phoenix. And when you watch Wes Matthews, you see he's just a fantastic perimeter defender, Clark. He can match up well at either the 2 or the 3.
His combination, Kevin, of length and strength and lateral movement make him an outstanding defensive player.
Pulls up. Shot is off.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Booker kicks to Freak. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Freak's got 16 points.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
And for Matthews, you know, he knows that he's a strong defender. And so last year, his claim was that he was the best two-way shooting guard in the NBA.
Freak kicks to Teletovic. He dishes it to Freak. 6 to shoot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Freak. And both free throws good from Freak. Now here's Barea. Defense is right there. Nowitzki outside. Stolen by Len. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the 4th quarter. The Mavericks on top, up by 8. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the 4th. On the Mavericks with some changes. Nowitzki comes in for Jaja Pachulia. And Barea subbed in for Raymond Felton. Phoenix also making some changes. Booker, he's checked in for Knight. And Freak subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Freak, he's in at point guard. Warren is out there with Mirza Teletovic. And it's Chandler, and it's Booker in at the 2 spot. Suns trail by 12. Freak with it. He feeds it to Booker. Money from the wing.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And, you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
Here's Barea. The offensive rebound.
A key rebound there, but they can do a little better on the glass here down the stretch.
Guys, it's been their weakness to this point in the game, but they're still alive.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
To the wing right side. They double team Nowitzki. To the middle. The kick out to Matthews. And Barea has it in the corner. Drains the three-pointer. Barea's got 13 points in the second half.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Here's Freak. And Chandler throws it down.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play. The board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness.
Kevin and Greg, hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
The feed to Warren. Teletovic in the corner. He kicks it to Warren. Suns moving the ball around. Pass to Freak. Just 5 to shoot. Takes a 3. No luck. And it's Dallas the other way.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Matthews with it. Now Chandler defending. Nowitzki kicks to Felton. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Anderson, he's checked in for J.J. Barea. Now here's Freak. He's covered by Felton. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Harris is checked in for Dallas. Clark, they can burn some clock if they want to.
Yeah, and maybe buy a little oxygen while they're doing it.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Mavericks.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
Yeah, but they did a better job tonight. They made the most of the extra rebounds, too.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
Well, at least they're going to salvage a game from the season series after losing the first two.
And I think it says a lot about them that they were able to salvage this game. When you drop the first two against a team, you can often get down on yourself. They overcame that mental roadblock and were impressive in doing so.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Dirk Nowitzki. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Felton kicks to Lee. McGee sets the pick for Lee. No one near Felton as he lets it go. That's short off the rim.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Well, for the Mavericks, they can just run out the clock. And the foul called on Freak. That will get him his fourth foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for two. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And the second of two is good. That will push the lead to double digits.
I'm sure he would have liked to have nailed all of them at the stripe, but that should be good enough to end this thing.
And it's off from three-point range. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And coming up next, the postgame show with Ernie Johnson, Shaq, and Kenny the J.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Dirk Nowitzki.
This guy's been doing this his whole career. Man, we're talking about a Hall of Famer here, icon in the city he brought a championship to. Not forget, one of the greatest shooters in NBA history.
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways. That was a player at the absolute top of his game. It's hard to imagine someone being any more dominant than he was tonight.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderfully